Hello and welcome to part 8 of this tutorial. Last video. We're here on the highway and we're going to go all the way through Hospital and Jackson to the very end of the game.
Ellie!
There isn't much to show off. There's
Ellie!
getting to the tunnel.
Did you hear me?
No. Like
What?
the actual tunnel itself.
Look.
And then hospital.
Hospital. This is where we get off. Let's go, kiddo.
Just make sure you start running in the right direction. And then reload any guns that you need
Feel that
right
breeze,
here.
Huh? I tell you, on a day like this, I just sit on my porch, pick away my six string. Yeah, once we're done with this whole thing, I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar. Yeah, I reckon you'd really like
I'm trying to
that.
think. It's okay if you don't have anything in
What do you say,
one of these guns. It's okay if you have 0 in both. But it's a little convenient to have some ammo. Like, we don't use any ammo in the tunnel. We use one for a alert right away. But we don't actually
Look at that. Another
use it
city,
on enemies.
another abandoned quarantine zone.
Right here, the movement is you just hop over that car like that and then go forward. It's the closest thing you can get to just continuing your momentum forward without stopping. Alright, right here, before I go inside, you want to hop over this thing just slightly to the right.
Maybe we cut through here, huh?
I like to mash X going into it. Slightly right. Alright, he didn't do it right. Where's this going to place me? Oh, good. Right here. Try it again. Yeah, if it's more towards the middle, you get like a little boost forward. If you do it really properly, you can get a... Oh, don't checkpoint me. Come on. Whee! You can get like a further boost forward.
Well, we could use that ladder.
Alright, hold triangle on that dialogue prompt right there, and then hold
Here we go.
triangle right here.
Ellie.
Alright, you don't need to do anything yet. But,
Ellie.
What?
The ladder.
Right.
do the same thing. Just hold down triangle when you get here. Okay, now this downtime right here is going to be used for swapping out the guns you need. You need to swap out to your bow, have a gun with ammo in the right holster, and then... Hold on. First it's rifle, then it's a gun, then I like to have the pistol out here. Yeah, bow, revolver, pistol. And then you want to pick this up without anything in your hands. If you have something in your hands like you wanted to check... Here, watch this. If you have a gun in your hand, just go in your backpack and then let go, and you'll have nothing in your hands when you hit triangle. Now, what I like to do, if you're standing right underneath the ladder, Ellie will drop it, and then it'll kind of push Joel out of the way. And if you pick it up from the bottom, it'll take a little while. So what I like to do is, as she's dropping it, stand away, and then when she drops it, walk forward and mash triangle. And I like to pick it up towards the very top.
Oh my god.
Like so, just like that. And then as soon as he moves,
Ellie.
he's right there. Just hit triangle.
Ellie!
It places it right down. Okay, now this is one of
Yeah,
those
see
spots
the-
where the game will take away
What is
your
it?
ability to run.
What the hell is...
Right through this doorway, and then when Ellie starts running again, that's when you can run again. So right there.
Are you kidding me?
And then when she starts running away, right there. You just need to memorize the timing. And then you're so fast, Ellie will
Come on, hurry up.
do a little teleport, just like I showed you off in Science Lab. You don't get 6 more revolver bullets out of it, though. It's just purely visual. Okay. Now, yes, I see it, Ellie. This door right here, as soon as you enter it, like the very moment you enter it, you can restart encounter. So right there. Restart encounter, and it places you already outside.
Oh, man.
And then cutscene skip. Oh, look at that. I did. Sometimes you can time a cutscene skip so perfectly that there's a normal pause menu in front of a cutscene. See that? We're in a cutscene. And you can tell. It's not glitched, but my timing is so good that I do this all the time. And it's pretty specific too. If you do this, all you have to do is let go, or unpause, then pause again, then skip cutscene. Okay, the next area. When going down these stairs, crouch on the stairs and then run on the flat parts. That's really all you can do. See, if you just
Look.
go
I
down
know
this
you
way,
well.
you can run on the flat parts, but you
There's
go
no
down really
halfway.
slowly standing up. No, not load. Come on. Again, so what you want to do is crouch,
I know you mean well.
run, crouch, and then instead of
There's
going
no
down the stairs
halfway
there,
with this.
leap over this right here.
We'll go wherever you want.
And then you get in front of her. Do it one more time. Or I won't. Okay, it checkpointed me. That should be pretty easy. Crouch walk on the stairs. Stand up and run on the flat parts. And then leap over the railing after 2 sets of stairs. Okay, when you hit... God, Ellie, move. When you hit this patch of grass right here where the sunlight on there changes, that's when you have to crouch walk the entire way. Only when they're done talking can you like run again. And when we get to that bus way over there, we're going to do a thing where we like climb up and then we hold sprint and left and face like like parallel to the drop, and you get a little boost. I'll show it to you. Just prepare for it. So right there. As soon as he starts talking,
How so?
crouch.
That was right after everything went down.
Also, you can use this time to reload
I ended
anything
up
you
in a
need.
triage just
We
like
need the
this.
shorty for later, but that'll be for the hospital, and we have time to swap out more weapons. Get that bottle. I cannot stress enough how important that is. Get
Whole
that
damn world
bottle.
seemed to have turned upside down in a blink.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
Yes, it was.
I can't imagine losing.
Okay, right
someone
here.
you
This
love
little
like
launch
that.
is going to look like this. If you climb up as early as you can, it won't work. You got to climb a little bit forward,
I'm sorry, Joel.
like right about there. Now hold sprint and left,
Okay, Ellie.
and he gets a little boost forward. Just like that. Again, it won't work if you climb up early. Get that second arrow. You need 2 arrows coming in. We got the first arrow in the dorm rooms in university with the bloater and the clickers as we were leaving. There was one on the table that we just grabbed.
mean?
That's the second one. You need 2 here.
Sure of it.
Now right here, actually, I'll show you. All you need here is 1. No, you're wasting ammo. It's okay. Trust me. Okay. Now, this spot right here, you don't want to climb down and continue onward because when the infected spawn in is so random and you can't sprint until you do. So what you do is as soon as you climb up here, fall off here, as soon as Joel's feet leave the floor, not when they land, as soon as his feet leave the floor that we were just on, restart encounter. It'll place you right here. As you can see with the infected already spawned in. Just pointing that out there. If you just go normally, the infected spawn in a really weird timing. Okay. We'll do this once, then show it off over and over. Oh, don't give me a loading screen, damn it. Thank you. Okay, that bullet didn't alert anyone, but it allows us to sprint. That bloater's gonna throw something at you, so there's no way he'll kill you. Ignore that runner. Basically, uh-oh. No, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Use this bottle for this runner. Climb up as that thing is detonating. Hug this wall and look behind you. And then the triangle prompt should be there. You lure all the infected into that smoke, all of them, so your alert disappears. And then right here, when Ellie drops this crate, as soon as it lands, you have like a second to sprint into it, and then after that second, it gains collision, and Joel's already on top of it, so you don't have to climb it. Looks like this. See that? And then climb, and then the checkpoint. Uh-oh. The checkpoint is as soon as Joel's feet hits the floor. But I should mention this. Look at all of my look at my inventory. I have 2. That's it. All right, right there. Checkpoint hit. Restart encounter. Now look. I have my stuff back that I just used. And remember, there are 2 different times that's happened in this run. We have the... Hold on. But that just looks funny. We have the spot in the high school right before the gymnasium, restart encounter when they're all dead and you get your stuff back. Science lab, when you hit triangle on the door, restart encounter, it sends you back a ways, but you get your stuff back. Or the black screen glitch that happens there, you get your stuff back. And right here. Now I'll show you a possible theory as to why, but we need to go back. Now you saw, when I climbed on top of that thing, that bloater was still throwing stuff at us. And he threw it right about there. If we landed on the other side, and then died in the stuff that he threw at us,
I don't think they can reach us now.
a death will also, you know, it checkpoints you here, but a death will also give you your stuff back. If you're wondering why we allow that for glitchless, that's pretty much why. First of all, the black screen thing in Science Lab, you have no control over it. We don't even know why it happens. So, if we allow it there, we have to allow it in other places, but especially here. If you die, you get your stuff back. We're not going to invalidate a run for a death. This isn't a deathless category. And then a restart encounter will do the same thing. All right. They put me in a weird spot here, but just a restart encounter will get rid of it. It's okay. Okay, so right here. Yeah, you've seen throughout the run, the game like places you in different spots when you restart encounter versus when a death plays out. This is kind of the same thing. Okay, so right here, we fire a bullet not to get alerted by the enemies, but because we would otherwise just be running this part. It's a good running speed, but it's slow. Now you can either use a gun, but this also works with an arrow. Let's say you don't have any right holster gun. What you can do, I don't think a bottle works. Oh, it does. I didn't know that. Okay, you can use a bottle, but then you kind of need one for later. What I was getting at was you can also use an arrow. Watch. Right there, see that? Use whatever. I recommend using a gun. Because we do use the bottle for later. Okay. The reason we climb up here is because, maybe I can show it off. If you run around to the left or the right, Ellie can get grabbed and plus signed. Here, just listen for Ellie here. I knew that was going to happen. Right there, you heard her. If I didn't get grabbed, she was going to. Ellie got grabbed. And if a companion gets grabbed, as far as I'm concerned, it's the same thing as getting a plus sign. I don't know why these loading screens are so bad. So if I climb up here, Ellie will climb up here as well, thus eliminating her from getting a plus sign. Okay, now run around this runner right here. Watch this. This runner is busted. Watch this. If you run into him at all, this runner is glitched out. No matter what, even if you punch him, he will just grab you instantaneously. Run to his right, okay? Yeah, trust me, you want to use a gun. I was like, oh, just use the bottle, save the ammo. No, you need the bottle for later. You absolutely need the bottle. Okay, so you run up here. Run to the bloater's right. Don't worry, he won't charge at you. You'll be fine. Run to your right here. Just avoid that runner completely. That'll corner these infected so they won't come after you. And then there's a runner right here, which you will bottle. And then time a smoke bomb throw for as the stuff, like, hits you. And then climb up as the smoke bomb explodes so you don't get stunned by it. And then look behind you and hug this wall right here. And hope they all just walk into the smoke. And then turn around as you get close, and then boom. I have a hunch that actually looking behind you actually does benefit this area, and it makes the triangle prompt show up earlier. But I also think hugging that one side of the wall, you don't have to be touching it, just be like close to it. And then, yeah, you don't. I never crouched once. Don't sprint. Don't be greedy and sprint. But you can stand and like move, which is like a jog, all the way here. Now, sometimes in that last The beginning, like the first two parts should be obvious. Here, we'll do it again. This part right here should be obvious. Fire a bullet. Climb up here. Hop off. Go. Run over here. And then run over here. That should be pretty obvious. Now this part can be random. Sometimes this runner doesn't show up. As I mention it. Uh-oh, this is bad. Yeah, that can happen right there. Did you notice how the bloater that threw the stuff at me just completely ran away? Yes, that can happen. It's random, it's rare. That's a good thing about it, it's rare. If that does happen though, you have to manually throw the smoke bomb on the ground where you think it normally lands, and then you just pray that you can make it there. That bloater went full football tackle on me. But yeah. Don't expect that to happen, it's just random. And rare. But yeah, like I said, sometimes that runner doesn't show up, in which case you don't throw the bottle at him. And then the last thing should be the timing of the smoke bomb throw. I like to time it so I'm throwing it as the stuff is about to hit me. Or as soon as it lands, and then climb the car as soon as the smoke bomb's about to blow up. And then look behind you, hug the wall, and then turn around just as you're getting there. And your results may vary after that, but yeah, then there's that. Now sometimes what can happen, it's happened to me 3 times before in my life. Sometimes, right now, you can get alerted. And if that happens, you need to lure them away from the area where Ellie boosts you up. More specifically, the bloater. And then go. Because if the bloater throws his stuff at you like right now, yeah, you're in trouble. Uh-oh. Did I hit? I think I hit a checkpoint. Yeah, I did. Well, I get my stuff back.
We're good.
All right, next thing I want to show off is dying on the other side, because that can happen. Even though you're gonna... I highly recommend restarting encounter no matter what. There's still a chance, like, you get your stuff back, but it's actually faster to not restart encounter. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Restart and then save. Yeah, I recommend practicing this area a lot just to get, like, the movements memorized. As for what happens at that last area, it is random. But reliable enough that I trust it. Just ignore that runner. Run this route, you'll be fine. Get a bottle ready for this runner. If he doesn't show up, don't throw it. He showed up, so I'm gonna throw it. And then climb up. All right, the smoke's there. It's just a little transparent. Hug the left side. Turn around. Triangle prompt's there. Okay, now I'm gonna show off what happens. All right, we didn't get alerted. That's good. Bloaters are far away, so this might not work. Okay, bloater has a good aim. Look at this. Oh, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, and you're dead. You die. I had full health. You die so quickly in those things on grounded. Now, as a result, you get your stuff back. It's basically the same thing as a restart encounter. So that's the biggest reason we allow it. We're not going to allow the restart encounter, but we will allow a death. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. That's that. I think that's it. Again, the strat's good, but your results may vary. Like one of those attempts, I had like a vastly different ending. with the bloater being in a completely different spot. Sometimes that last runner doesn't show up that you bottle. Yeah. This area is pretty fun to practice, though. Remember, climbing up here so Ellie doesn't get a plus sign. And then run this route, you'll be fine. Get your bottle ready. This runner didn't show up, that's okay. Keep the strat the same. That clicker needs to go into the smoke for this to work, so triangle might be a little delayed. Just a little, though. That was pretty good. There's a very loud runner behind me, so I want to see how this plays out. Because, like I said, sometimes you can just get alerted right now. But no, we're good. And you can do this as many times as you'd like. See, that's the one thing I mentioned, some randomness. That one runner that I bottled wasn't there. But as you see, it still works. Some of the training manuals with expanded smoke, or the smoke lasting 10 seconds longer, it really helps in this area. Get your bottle ready. Sometimes he can do that little quick turn, just throw it at him anyway. As it explodes, I throw it. I climb as it's detonating. This clicker needs to run into the smoke, which he is. Triangle prompt should just be waiting for me. And it is. They all have to go into the smoke. That's all. I don't think there's anything else to show. If there's a runner, like, walking this way, runner can still spot you. I recommend killing him with an arrow.
Look out below!
Then remember, when she drops it, sprint into it and mash X. He'll climb up faster. And then, as his feet hit the floor, restart and counter. And you get your stuff back, just like that. Okay, the only other thing to mention right here is this jump can be a pain in the ass. If you jump really early,
Okay.
you get that really weird jump. So what you need to do is jump as late as you can, like really late. I mean, like that. If it looks like his feet are like floating on the water, yeah, like that late. You can look down while you're doing it.
I don't think they can reach us now.
Just like that. Saves quite a bit of time. Because even when he climbs back up, his running speed isn't that fast. Okay, right here. You can ignore Ellie behind you. Just climb up. I like to climb this up by mashing X before it. Pick this up right in the middle, like so. I did forget to show off one thing. Can you put it down? I guess not. Well, I could show it off here. Alright, there's a checkpoint. Alright, press triangle to drop right here. Also, I should mention there are some very wide invisible walls, as you can see. You really need to, like, round the corners on this thing. So even like, okay, just go forward, just go forward. I can't move. Wide turns, folks, wide turns. Okay, so the checkpoint for this, because sometimes when you're going either from the beginning or from a restart and counter, Ellie can be really, really far back, and she needs to be over there to trigger the next scene. So what you do is press triangle to drop, and then the checkpoint would be right now, as soon as you can move him. As soon as you can move him, press restart and counter. But I want to show you something. This restart and counter also does something else. Watch this. We have no pistol ammo, right? Look again. No pistol ammo. If we restart and counter on that spot that I said, we have 5 pistol bullets. For whatever reason, if you have 0 pistol bullets and you restart and counter right there, that restart and counter will give you 5 pistol bullets. That only works if you have none. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you need ammo for this part. I'm not sure. Okay. I mean, we don't need ammo later, but it's always good to have just in case. Okay, so this area. You can't open. Can't open it. We need to boost Ellie over to open it from the other side.
All right. Give me a foot.
Showing you all the things that are like supposed to happen.
Come on.
So Ellie
Get that door open.
can hop over, and then there's a clicker right here. Right over there. It's weird. The game's even a little bit more accommodating.
You okay?
There's like less ammo you need to kill them. But as a result, Ellie... Uh-oh. No, okay, this is fine. It checkpointed us right here. The clicker's still there. You can see the clicker right there. Now, if you alert the clicker...
I need Ellie for this. I'm gonna need Ellie for this. I need Ellie for this. I need Ellie for this. I need Ellie for this.
Joel needs Ellie for this. You can't boost her over with the clicker active on the other side. Yeah. Now, whatever you do, don't use an arrow here, because a headshot with an arrow is a kill. You don't want to kill him. You just want to alert him. I'm showing you the reasoning why something works. So either you boost her over and kill it, or you kill it before boosting her over. But you can't boost it over with it alerted on the other side. But you actually can. Watch this. The triangle prompt doesn't go away for like another... for like 1 second after you shoot it. So if you shoot it, and then point the camera up and mash triangle. There's 3 revolver bullets over there. You can have them both active on the other side. And what this does, this isn't for show or for it being funny. You can sprint this area where you would otherwise just jog. And I hope I don't jump scare myself, but this clicker, yeah, this clicker's harmless. He's in a little bit of a glitched position here. Can I get him? Can I get him through here? Doesn't look like I can. Yeah, I can't get him through here. So in a way, he's harmless, but what it allows us to do is sprint through here. We do that all the time throughout the run. We alert enemies so we can sprint. Now, he's not completely harmless. Watch this. If you punch him and then stand next to him, he can still kill you. Okay? That's why I made a file here so I can show you. Because the alternative is doing this. I'll show you. I'll kill it and then boost it over. This is like the only other thing you have to do in the tunnel, okay? Here, I'll kill it just so we don't have to go through all that stuff again. Okay, so clicker's dead. I just want to show you how slow everything else is.
Come on. Get that door open.
If you want this ammo, it's here. This is where I would swap out to my shorty. You need a shorty for the hospital. You don't need one, but it's nice to have it. Okay, so all of this is just a jog. Like the rest of what we do here is just in a jogging animation. All of it. Every single thing, going underwater, going up there, getting the pallet, dropping it, and then waiting. Even the rest go into the running water. It's all in a jogging animation. So what this allows us to do is we can sprint the rest of the way. Well, you need to do some more stuff when you get to that room with the water. But it looks a lot like this, the setup. Make sure, like, you angle yourself so you kill it, and then you look up and mash triangle. I found that the further away from the wall you are, the earlier you can hit triangle. So if you want to play around with it. And you can shoot through this fence, too, so just make sure you're in a position so you shoot, turn the camera, and mash triangle. I think it works better with the flashlight off. That's personal preference. Find what works for you. Now, this is one reason we need 2 arrows. We need one for right here and another one in the hospital. So like I showed before, the clicker is kind of harmless. So as you can see, we're sprinting now. We are sprinting. There's a neat little trick here. Just resurface, go left and right, then you can get on top of these things. And all your climbing animations are in sprinting form as well. Now make sure you can die there if you like accidentally fall off, so make sure you hit solid ground. Okay, get right here. Even Ellie's like in a sprinting animation. She's all hunched over. Okay, grab this against the wall, move it over. You know, this is normal stuff.
Get on.
All right, we're gonna do one more distraction with the clicker. Because if the clicker isn't in this room, we can't sprint the rest of the way.
Be careful.
Now, he sounds really far away. There's 3 different places this clicker can be. Yeah, he's really far away. He's in the furthest away spot. So what we do is shoot it against the wall. And then what you do is just before he turns around, or just as he's about to leave, do that. Now normally it just takes 1 arrow.
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
Remember, he's harmless. But he was in a weird spot. Anyway, I mentioned he's in 3 different spots. And then you just go. As long as he's still in this room, you should be able to sprint the rest of the way. I think he's leaving. Yeah, he left. Just for shits and giggles, I'll do this.
Oh, I see. Good idea.
Now look, see? Before I couldn't sprint, now I can. And if he's in this room, you can sprint the rest of the way. Now what's really weird about this guy... Can I fall off here? No, they disabled it. Okay. I never played around with like being able to fall off here. Oh boy. Ta! I didn't know you could do that.
Hey, don't do that, okay?
So yeah, you need him in this room. Now, like I mentioned, there's 3 different ways he can... like when you move Ellie against there and then climb back up here, there's a few different things he could do. He could be walking this way and then turning around. He could like come from here, stand right there, and then he's about to go back there. Or he could be where he was here, where he was back over there, and then it would take an arrow against there, and then a bottle to bring him in here. Now what's really weird is you don't use a bottle, or in this case a bottle. I'm gonna kill him. Hold on. Get fucked. Night, night. Yeah, I gave Fishy a meal. So yeah, it may not seem like it, But distracting with an arrow is louder than distracting with a bottle. Maybe not in real life, but in the game, in terms of like the clicker's senses, he will react much stronger to an arrow than he will a bottle. Like if there's a clicker right, say he's right there, and you want to get him in this room by throwing something here, if you throw a bottle, he might just turn back around and walk that way. But if you use an arrow, he will 100% of the time go in this room. I'll be totally honest, the RNG I got with the clicker here was very, very, very strange. Most of the time, you only have to use one arrow. So we're going to go back, and I'll show this off a bunch more times. Hold on, before I do that, I might want to just show off the running rapids here. We can still sprint for some reason. The clicker's dead. Maybe his spirit is still here. Maybe that's why.
Oh boy.
Look at her.
Let me go ahead.
Can I push her in?
Okay, right behind you.
Are you, though? Oh my god. Yeah, it's almost like you're not supposed to sprint here or something. Yeah, I bet you because the clicker died in here is why we can still sprint. As I'm live right now making a tutorial, I'm trying to think. If I kill him... If I get... Well, no, I can't get him in here because... Sometimes he's far away. I don't know, maybe I play around with it. But whatever. All you really need is one arrow to move him in here. Anyway, the rapids, there are two different things you could do. One, this is the safe way. Go over here, and then mash forward and X, so climb up the car. You go up here, and then you jump early and you hit the ledge right there. Another way is by going under the water, but sometimes you don't hit the car, and then it takes you away, and then it places you all the way back to where you placed the ladder. So it's pretty annoying. And yeah, if you want to like really guarantee that you can sprint the rest of the way, I recommend keeping the clicker alive. But that is an untested theory. If you kill the clicker when he's there, will you still be able to sprint? Well, one of these attempts I'll play around with that, because my curiosity is piqued now. Okay.
Oh, freezing.
Remember? There we go.
Okay.
Practice it enough, eventually you'll get it.
Come on. Get that door open.
Again, for whatever reason, I like having the revolver ammo just in case of an emergency. And then the shorty for the hospital. And then one arrow for distraction here, and then another arrow for the hospital. Now holding X right here, I think he swims the fastest. When he starts to go up, that's when you hold circle again to descend. Climb, climb. Now make sure you hit solid ground there. If you like slide off the end of that and get pushed back down, the fall damage will kill you. Right, the clicker's a little louder, so I should get him inside this room.
You made it. Alright, let me cross.
Okay, good. And the whole benefit of this clicker thing is just to get us to sprint.
All right. Get on.
Okay.
Clicker still sounds like he's pretty far away.
Be careful.
I got you.
If I can't bring up a good example, I can show up my segmented run. Oh, he's sounding a little louder. Let's see where he's going to be. Like I said, there's 3 different spots he can be. Okay, this is typical. This is typical. So what I'm going to do here is... This is like the one you want the most. He's going to walk forward. Now, when his head clips through the second pipe, right about there, that's when you fire it at the wall. You fire it too close, he's going to like do an alert shriek and then come in here quickly. We want him to slowly make his way here, just as Ellie is dropping the ladder. And he will stay here long enough.
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now, because we used an arrow, he will 100% of the time come in. Bottle? I'm not
I'll
sure.
figure something out.
You also want to try and hold on to your bottle, because it makes the hospital a little less complicated. See how he's like walking towards where I went to the ladder? Yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. This is a perfect tunnel performance. Now, if he goes through that doorway or window again, you're going to lose your sprint. So he needs to stay in this room. And then you lose your sprint when you hit the water. But, yeah. That's that. That was a good one. Here's the other way to do this. Okay. Now, what can happen there? Sometimes you can't climb the car. I don't know why. It's happened to me once. It's happened to Uranto. I was on record pace once, and I couldn't climb the car. And then I was screwed, because once you hit here, you can't go back. There really isn't a way back up there. So if you restart encounter, it sends you all the way back here. So if you're trying to save every single second, like maybe you're on pace for half a second world record, and you want to, like, you're cutting it close, I recommend doing that under the water strat. If your personal best is pretty safe, I recommend going around. So yeah, we'll do this a couple more times, because this is, besides the infected part, this is the only part of the tunnel where you can either save or lose a lot of time with your movements. Also, this isn't a good time to test the theory, but I'm actually going to strat practice during the tutorial, because you already saw it done perfectly. I want to see if killing... Is she moving slowly? There we go. I want to see if killing the clicker in that room early will make it so we can still sprint the rest of the way. For some reason, I would guess no. There you go. Even if you pick up the revolver before you hit triangle, the triangle's still there, so you're okay. As you can see, this is a very beneficial trick. But yeah, there's one other spot that clicker could be. I'll keep these guns out for now. There's one other spot that the clicker can be, and that is... He could be like right here, and then turn around and go back down the stairs. If that happens, fire an arrow at the same spot I did against the wall in this room. Just as he's about to go back down the stairs, and then he'll eventually walk in here at about the same time as Ellie dropping the ladder. It's just another way to get it to work. So. Yeah, again, make sure you don't fall off there, because you will die, and it is just extremely unnecessary. So yeah, what I'm going to try next... Again, if the clicker leaves this area when you cross the ladder, like the ladder bridge that you make, you won't sprint the rest of the way. So you either need to keep him in here, or this is what I'm going to test right now. If I can get him in this room and kill him, will the game still treat him as alive in this room? Come on, come on. My guess would be... Well, I don't know. We're going to figure that out right now. Where is he? Okay, he's coming here. So, let's get him in here first. Come on, in here. Come on. A little faster. Well, Ellie was kind of slow. So get him in here.
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
We headshot him before because that's the only spot on his body to hit. Alright, it looks like we lost our sprint right there. Well, I'll tell you in a second. The alternative, again, remember, that was the RNG given so that when he was going to walk backwards and his head clipped through the second pipe, that's when we shoot it against the wall. So you got to see another RNG thing with that. It doesn't look like we can sprint. Okay. Well, it was a nice try. Scratch that.
Oh, I see. Good idea.
I wonder why we were... Oh, it's really slow. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. I wonder why we were able to sprint before. Okay. I know it's annoying, but... Alright, that strat has... Potential has left my mind. We'll do this from start to finish one more time, and then we'll do the hospital. I'm gonna keep file 9, actually. Might need it for later. Remember the 0 to 5 pistol bullets. Practice the movement for that. You'll get it. It'll feel comfortable eventually.
Come on. Get that door open.
Again, you only need to use an arrow and a bottle if you get that really weird RNG where the clicker's like in this room when you're ready to like, when you're waiting for Ellie to drop the ladder. That's the only time you need to do that. And that one that we've gotten back-to-back times, that's like the most frequent thing that can happen. And it's also the best thing that can happen. So, yeah. But just know that clicker can do 3 different things when you're waiting for Ellie to drop the ladder. He can be in 3 different spots, I mean. You just react accordingly. I cannot stress enough, be careful there. One of you will die to that spot at some point if you're not careful.
You made it. Alright, good job.
Place it against here.
All right. Get on.
You don't need to be fancy about this pallet placement.
Okay, there.
Ellie won't move any faster if you place it a certain spot.
Be careful.
Just place it as fast as you can against here. Okay, I don't hear the clicker. Wait, hold on, I hear him. Okay, this is the one that we haven't gotten yet. Listen, he's coming up the stairs. Okay, he's turning around now. That's different. Okay, just, he's gonna come back and go back down the stairs. When he does that, just, fire against the wall. Okay, watch. He's gonna turn. Right there. He heard it. He's gonna come back.
What happened?
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
Here he comes.
I'll figure something out.
See that? Gotta trust it. So I'm sure you're like, how did you know he wasn't like where you boosted Ellie over? Or like his original starting position? I just knew. He sounded like he was getting louder and louder, so I knew he was coming back up the stairs. But yeah, that's like the other thing he can do. He shows up down that hallway really late, and then he will eventually walk back down those stairs. Just as he's about to do that, fire the arrow against the wall. Because he's going to stay here, which is exactly what you want. Okay, I think I got to show off all 3 scenarios that he can do.
Oh, I see. Good idea.
And just to be sure you'll be able to sprint here, look at him before you can move Joel again. Yeah, that's what we do that whole thing for. And again, I've become a bigger fan of doing this strat this way when I lost a run to doing it the other way. It's a little over a second faster to go underwater, but
Come on, jump.
it's riskier than it looks.
I got you.
2 different runners have lost like record pace runs to
See?
that trick.
You didn't even
That only saves a second.
Let's get the hell
Okay,
off
as
this
soon
thing.
as you can move Joel right here, restart encounter. Now, I'm actually going to make a save file because I need to show you something that can happen. This will be worth it. That restart encounter, by the way, places us up further, and allows us to jog the rest of the way. Otherwise, it's just a walk. Okay. So what you're supposed to do, hop down, the bus will get out of control. It'll be, Ellie, move. And then once you climb up there, a bunch of shit happens. If you hold forward and mash X, Joel will actually fall back into the bus earlier than if you were just pressing nothing there. Now, you'd think that'd be a good thing, but no. And then he's sliding back, and you have to hit triangle to hold on to one of the railings inside the bus. Now, no matter what, you want to hold on to the first one and then do nothing. That's the fastest strat. But if you combine the two, watch this.
Whoa! Ellie, move!
Watch this. Hold forward and mash X. And then mash triangle. Now do nothing. And then hold the camera up left. Watch what happens. Notice the background isn't moving. And...
No! Ellie! Ellie, give me your hand! Give me your hand before you...
yeah. You glitched the game. And wherever you leave the camera is where it stays. That's the weird thing about this. Oh, I didn't reload the revolver. Ellie will flinch. And you're stuck. The only way out is to restart and counter. But yeah, what causes this isn't the triangle prompt on one of the railings there. It's not, you know, pointing the camera up left. It's that continuing to mash forward and X. Oh god, there he goes. It's continuing to mash forward and X after he's like trying to climb up the railing. Don't do that or else this will happen. Okay? The checkpoint should be Ellie hopping on the bus with it fixed. Because it can be tempting, I know, to just speed things up or whatever. Just, for no reason. Yeah, don't do that. I love a glitch that funny can be triggered so easily. Yeah, and then it fixes. Look at it working. The background is moving. Can you see the background, like below Ellie? It's moving. You know you got the glitch if the background isn't moving. Okay, so let me show you the movements. Not the movements, but the inputs. To safely get this whole cinematic to happen quickly, but safely. File 9, I'll keep it here. Okay. So, hop on. Run into the railing. You don't need to hit X. Just run into the railing. And then don't press anything. Now mash triangle. Don't press anything, you don't have to move. And then when it breaks, hold up left on the camera. You have to hold up left on the camera, that's what makes this work. And the background is moving. And right here, you don't have to hit any of the triangle prompts. This one or the one after. You don't have to hit anything. Okay, I don't think it's going to happen here, but something that can happen. You know, like I said earlier, holding down X when you're underwater swimming is the fastest way to swim. But if you hold down X the entire time here, sometimes when Joel grabs Ellie and then tries to resurface, he gets kind of stuck underwater. So what you want to do to prevent that from happening, I've seen it happen to other runners. It hasn't happened to me in a long time, but a way to prevent that completely is just before you get to Ellie, hold down circle. Then after you can hold down X as much as you want. So just look at my inputs. You have to hold forward here to get out of the bus. And And then right here, holding down X, makes him move really fast. And then just before he gets to Ellie, hold down circle, and then hold down X again, and he'll be fine. And then the cutscene is just as he hits those rocks in front of him, or just as he about to resurface. If you get that staying like further under the water glitch by only holding X, it's not a glitch, but it's something. You need to go like around those rocks and then go up towards where Joel resurfaces right here. It'll waste a good 4 or 5 seconds. It's pretty inconvenient. Yeah, so make sure you hit circle just before you get to Ellie. Completely prevents that from happening. Okay, hospital. I will do this once, and then, yeah. First things first, though, I want to make a save file here, because of course I will. Okay, let's go. That's why you need a shorty. That shot is difficult when you just have a pistol or revolver. And you can't use the shotgun because you need the bow. Ignore me hitting flashlight in L3. Just run. Smoke bomb ready. And we're through. Isn't that cool? Okay. That was a perfect hospital. Perfect. Okay. First things first. A restart encounter, the area behaves the same way. Watch this. How did we get alerted? We just did the same thing. It turns out, if you brush the right side of this door at all, you get alerted. Isn't that funny? So, if you want to make it through this door cleanly, go through the left side. You're fine. Isn't that cool? Alright, next thing. We're gonna take it very slow in this area. Left of the door. Okay. Now watch this. Yikes. Okay, so what you need to do there is let go of sprint when his feet hit the floor. Right here. When his feet hit the floor, hold it back down. And then we're good. Now this guy, he has armor. You have to hit his legs.
He's in here.
So we're piecing it together. Left of the door. You can sprint through this window, but let go when his feet hit the floor. Hit his feet. This is extra funny because there's a guy right there. He doesn't care. Okay, now right here. You want to go through this window because if you go through here...
What the hell was that?
He heard that. See that? And then this won't work. Well, it might. No, it won't. No, it won't. Yeah, you don't want to get alerted there. So if you go to the right of that little window area, you'll get alerted by that guy. Okay, let go. Hold back down. Really look at my input thing there. That's why you need to go over here. No alert. Even if you, like, go to the right here. No alert. Okay. Now, if you don't distract them right here... Yeah. That should be pretty self-explanatory. The bottle freezes them in place, like off to your left, and then, like we saw in science lab, the smoke bomb, the fire extinguisher acts as a smoke bomb. If the flashlight is on you, that's okay. That's why we crouch when we fire that. Just play it safe. Just be cool. So as soon as the subtitles pop up, throw it against that wall. And then shoot the fire extinguisher, and you're perfectly safe inside the smoke it emits. Don't fire at it too early, because then you won't be in the smoke, but don't fire it too late because you'll get shot. There's a very fine timing to it, but you'll figure it out through practice and whatnot. Okay, I'm not able to show off this next one right here. This is more for like a first try thing. I don't even know if this problem still exists. But right here, if you go around to the right of this beam, you won't be getting shot at when you reveal yourself down the hallway. Now it's like, isn't that a good thing? No. The way this area works is you want to get shot at. They're all firing down this hallway. You're off in the rooms to the right where they're not looking. So if you go this way, they won't fire and they'll be spread out a little more. I actually want to check if this is still valid. Going this way. Oh, it is. Look at this. Look at that. It's still valid. Oh man, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. That's all the proof you need. Why is that a thing? I have no fucking idea, but it is. Remember, left of the door. Let go. Hold down. Arrow ready. Crouch. Take your time. The only thing you should change there, if the flashlight is on you, don't sprint until the arrow hits his leg. If the flashlight's facing the other way, you can sprint as soon as you fire. Okay, remember, there's a timing for this. Just like that. And then you're perfectly safe. Alright, and you just saw. For whatever reason, run to the left of this beam. And then you should be getting shot at right now, which is what we want. Now don't sprint the whole way through this door. And that's why. That's a spot you need to stop your... It's just like the hotel. When you first start the hotel, there's two doorways back to back. You need to stop sprinting in one and then start sprinting in another. Same thing right there. Okay, remember, nothing changes there. Just if the flashlight's on you, wait until it hits them before you sprint. That's where upgraded weapon sway really comes in handy. Right there. It's so cool, but you're perfectly safe inside that smoke. It's the most convenient thing ever. There was a strat where I used to go for the door just by itself, and even after you hit triangle, you can still get shot at. I once died on the other side of the door. Alright, so we're almost at the end. Don't hit L3 here. Like right there, there's a prompt that comes up. Joel just looking slowly towards the windows. Towards the operating room. Okay, right here. Let go of sprint. When you get to that brick, don't pick it up, but that's when you can start up again. And then you need to crouch behind the table here because... that's why. So if you put everything together, it all looks like this. I'm sorry, real quick, I just need to mention this. I find it so silly how just brushing up against that door triggers an alert. I'm sorry, I just find that so strange. Okay. Let go, hold down. Get this ready. Look at that, because the flashlight was really far away, or it was facing left, I started sprinting as soon as I fired. Also, leap through that window, because if you go to the right, the guy next to him will hear you. Look at that, you're safe. You can run right next to the guy, you're fine. I'm sure one of you out there is like, Anthony, where'd you get that extra smoke bomb? That's the smoke bomb that we got from the restart encounter in the tunnel. Okay, left of the beam. Don't hit L3. You're gonna get shot at, which is what we want. Let go of sprint. Hold it back down. And then crouch and throw this behind this desk. Okay, sometimes you get alerted. If that happens, play this a little bit safe. Like so. That's one thing that even is kind of a mystery to me. Sometimes you sprint and then crouch behind the table, and then you throw the smoke bomb and it's like, hey, he's in here. If you sprint forward and try and leap over the table, or the little window there, you're gonna die very quickly, because you're alerted. But I don't know why you get alerted. If you crouch and throw that smoke and there's nothing, you can just go really early and go right for the door. Like I did the very first try. Yeah, I'll do this a few more times, just because. Okay, if you had to use a brick or bottle in the tunnel, you can pick it up right there. Remember that? Sometimes you might have to use a brick or bottle for the clicker distraction. You can pick it up right there when you crouch for the arrow aim and shoulder swap. I recommend a shoulder swap there as well. You're good. Don't fire it too late because you'll get shot. Don't fire it too early because you won't be in that smoke that it produces. And again, the one thing that's still a little iffy for me is the final stretch, right at the part where you crouch for the smoke bomb throw. Let go. Hold down. Smoke bomb ready. They heard me again. And you see, I can make it through, but it really is a mystery. I think crouching later actually might make it more consistent, because you're gonna... It's one of those things, like, why the hell do I get alerted if that happens? Okay, I didn't get alerted. But still. Again, I mentioned it briefly right here, but if you had to use a bottle earlier, I recommend just doing this. Circle, triangle, and then shoulder swap. Okay, but yeah, as for the top floor, I might just have to crouch later. Okay, if you have a bottle, you don't need to bother. Just crouch, aim. Boom. This window, don't forget to hop through that window. You already saw why. Even if you throw that bottle to the left, I don't think it benefits you at all. There you go. You can probably tell why using a pistol or revolver against that fire extinguisher would be difficult. The spread of the shorty makes that shot, like, free. I actually lost a record run here a few months ago. Or actually, like 4 or 5 months ago. Because I fired the shorty too late. Way too late. And then I missed. Okay, so this attempt, I'm gonna try throwing the smoke bomb later. Or crouching later. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see? Listen, ow! I might die. Okay, I'm okay, but still. Yeah, that... I'll do it one more time because that last part can be a little strict for no reason. And the movement's pretty specific, too. You have the smoke bomb in your hand, and it's literally crouch, turn, L1, R1. You don't really have time to line it up. I do it very, very quickly. This flashlight was facing left so I could sprint as soon as I fired. That might make the difference between a gold and not a gold right there. Subtitles pop up. Throw it. Get your shorty ready. Oh. I like to be facing the door and then be right in front of it when I hit triangle. Don't hit it like too early, otherwise he'll walk very slowly to it. Yeah, left of the beam. Let go. Hold back down. Right around where that brick is. Alright, and then just do this movement, whether it works or not. Perfect. That's much better. Okay, now this area is kind of weird. If you hold down sprint the entire time, watch Joel's movement, like his running animation. So if you hold sprint right here, and then forward, his running animation is kind of weird here. I don't know if you can notice it, but it just looks really, really, really strange. This is the way you run in like a dream, you know? So what you do, when you leave here, you hold down sprint and forward, but then you let go, and then hold sprint again, and you can see the camera's still close to him, but his sprint speed is back to normal. And his animation is as well. So literally, he moves here, you hold sprint and forward, and then you immediately let go and then hold it back down, and he has his normal sprint speed here. All right here. When you enter here, as soon as you're able to move, it's another spot where you can only walk. So as soon as you're able to move, you want to crouch, and then get a gun ready, and then do a quick, like, aim and shoot. You're like, what are you doing in here? Crouch, boop, boop, boop. Let go, continue to go, and then I like to swap to a different gun as I hit triangle, because if you have a gun in your hand, just like in the very beginning of the run, it'll take a while for Joel to put it away.
Sweet Jesus.
So it all looks like this.
What are you doing here? I won't let you take her.
Just like that. I don't think I need to show that again. And try and pick up Ellie from like the very middle. Not one side or the other, or else Joel will like stand up and then inch his way over. And this should be pretty self-explanatory.
I'm getting you out of here, girl.
I love it. You're supposed to go this way, but just run. You're nearly there. Whatever.
I got you.
I love how they put that there. But yeah, just keep going. It's a little Easter egg. My vision isn't that good to read the rest of the bottom.
Rook.
I said get back! Stop!
And that's that. We're pretty much done. Just time a cutscene skip. Right there. Alright, now there's still like 2 different strats to do here. So you're gonna go through a barbed wire fence here. When you get on the other side of it, don't be holding sprint and forward. Only hold forward and Ellie will do like a little glide. After she does that glide, then you can hold down sprint.
Like we're walking.
And then the other strat is how you climb
Big straight
things.
shot through here.
All right.
It's actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
So just stand here, she'll go through on her own.
All right.
So when you're able to move her, she'll do a quick little glide, and then when she's finished, hold down sprint. Don't be holding sprint now, wait until she does that, and then go. It's just the tiniest little time save right there. Okay, now climbing up those things there, you want to be touching them and then hit X. If you hit X from far away, she won't climb it very quickly.
I think,
So So it looks like this.
You would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked it.
She climbed it faster than if she wouldn't. Okay, now,
Bet I would.
right there. When she climbs up about halfway, restart encounter, and this should be pretty obvious. It places Joel all the way down there.
Just a little bit further now.
And then you want to stand right about here, and then mash triangle underneath Joel.
There. I
And the
got it.
timer would normally stop right there, as soon as it cuts to black. Black screen. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an updated, grounded speedrunning tutorial. Obviously, any questions you have, something that's not working or something weird that happened to you that I didn't show off here, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you out. Even if you're just using this for your casual playthroughs, that's perfectly fine as well. I do recommend giving this a try at least once, though. There is something rewarding about playing grounded professionally that just kind of gives you a good feeling. So yeah, I intend on making a few more videos after this, so look out for them, about, you know, some things I may have glossed over, like crafting ingredient pickups. I didn't pay too much attention to that. You know, you eventually just ended up having enough, but I didn't really specify, like, you have to pick this up here. I was just like, this is on the way, pick it up. You know, but you eventually need it. You saw, when we got to Bus Depot, we were completely empty. Same thing goes for even just university. We were completely out of inventory stuff. And how much ammo we needed for this. I'm probably going to make an extra couple videos about, like, specifically part, supplement, and crafting ingredient pickups. Not the bombs. I spent enough time talking about the bombs. But part, supplement, and crafting ingredient pickups, where they are. Just so it's easier to memorize. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. That's the most important thing. And I'll see you guys on Twitch. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys. Bye.